the idea is for folks that are looking for a side hustle, they have skills, there's this transitional entrepreneur maybe feeling, and making an easy platform for folks to be able to take something that they already have, an asset they have, which is their skill time, and be able to turn that into either a side business or maybe a full business. So that's what I'm trying to build, that's what I'm going to be talking about, but basically I have 3 little points here, we have 4 slides. The first slide is called Boots and Dreads. So the first time I gave one of these presentations, the first question was asked by this guy in the corner, Hernandez, and he looked at me, and this was in Sherman, Texas, and he goes, "You just said a bunch of technical stuff. I have no idea what you said the whole time." So, and then he goes, and I look at a guy like you and go, "What does he do for a job?" So I figure I should explain that first, if that's what people are thinking of. So these are my second set of boots since coming to Texas. So you can decide if I get a Texas card, but I've smoked a kid, I've shot a bunch of firearms just in front of church. I wore out my first pair of air yachts. I'm on number 2. And I actually love Texas. I'm embraced moving here, but I did move from Philadelphia, where there were 80 houses on a block, to south of Bryan College Station, where my neighbors were donkeys, like literally, not people, but and they braid, and then we got a fracking well, so it got busy and exciting neighborhood. But I think that gives me a little bit of a unique perspective. Also, I was a history and ed major when I was in my 20s and wanted to be a high school history teacher and worked for AmeriCorps and in schools for a bunch of years, so I know about K-12 and how difficult it is in the market. And did a lot of managing teams for AmeriCorps. And the 2008 economic crash was happening, and I was working in this nonprofit sector, and there was no money for nonprofits when there's no money for business, and you're like, this is the moment we have the most social need, and we're organizing things all wrong, I don't understand. I have this sort of very social worky, humanitarian worldview, but if I go to like Thanksgiving dinner, there's all these other views, and so I got an MBA, right, and global marketing and strategy, and my capstone in undergrad was in peasant revolutions. So now I tell people I know how much you can get out of folks with whatever role. Engaging the humor in the room is a little dark, but it's fun. But then I got into youth entrepreneurship, and it was amazing. I worked with kids, helped them start companies, and then when I came to Texas, I was working for a battery testing equipment company and make stuff for research scientists, so the Tesla, LG, and big software projects. So I have this erratic and sort of crazy worldview that I think combines this East Coast and this sort of more central part of America and this humanitarian, this business thing. So this is the boots and dreads. This is this weird thing. And I am actually the average American, and I can prove this because the Gallup panel has me as one of those people that when it says whatever Americans say, so if you take all the extremes and average them out, you get me. I have 2 children. I have a minivan. So with that great perspective, I'm going to pitch to you what the future of work is. Okay, so 70% of people in America that are above working age say they want to start their own businesses. 10% do. Big gap. But things are changing. 30% of Americans last year freelanced. 30% of working Americans were making a website, driving for Uber, tutoring kids online, mowing lawns, whatever. 30% of Americans that were working also had a side hustle, and that's growing, and will continue to change. Now, when I was a kid, my parents' generation had this myth, which wasn't true for most of them, that you got one job and stuck with it and you retired. For us, they were like, there will be no Social Security, you'll have 10 jobs, there is no loyalty, go into the world. For the kids younger than me, I was born in 81. I was born with MTV. I'm like an old millennial, right? The kids coming up now, they're like, yeah, jobs? here's a lot of debt and figure it out. So I think the future of work looks like a big mix. You will work for a company for some period of time. You will work for yourself. Sometimes you'll be doing both. Sometimes you'll be collaborating with 3 or 4 people in something that might be a company, right? we are building an infrastructure for that. So most of you probably have a LinkedIn account, right? That's more or less your resume. You put on your LinkedIn account what looks like a linear career path, right? Like, I've rebuilt 6 houses. That's not on my LinkedIn profile, right, that I can swing a hammer, because on my LinkedIn profile is I can manage large-scale software projects, right? I'm not using that to do this. So where does that other thing live? Grow a reputation and be consistent. And that's what we're building. So if you have these other skills, like, yeah, I do software development, but I am an awesome mixologist, and I would love to, like, be guest bartender, do this catering thing on the side. Where does that live, and how do you build that reputation? So that's what we're doing with Jobbertunity, is the place for the other stuff. So this is just, sorry, this is going to look a little busy. I'll walk through it real quick. This is just to show that I hired a creative agency and we have a nice one. This has a lot of icons that may or may not make sense, but generally think about this. Craigslist with an Airbnb friend. LinkedIn for your side hustle. Facebook Marketplace without the garage sales. Nextdoor without the lost dogs. It is a place for transaction, for folks to build and network. So like you, a year and a half ago, when you were first starting, you're like, I don't have a website yet, I don't have this yet. You could get on here and in 15 minutes build a profile, connect to your network. They can reference you to other people within an electronic platform. You can do electronic payment. All of that you're probably, once you build up a real clientele, going to hire and get a website and be able to do that on your own. What does that couple-year transition look like? And what if your first business you were out on really just flopped? Like, are you going to spend all that money on your LLC, your website, and all that? Like, why don't we get out there and sell a little bit, see if there's traction? Maybe nobody wants me to swing a hammer, but they want me to teach axe throwing, and I just throw that out there, and all of a sudden that's successful. Well, guess what? We're going to build a website around axe throwing, not carpentry. So, it's this sort of testing ground. And so what it is an electronic platform that layers on top of your entrepreneurship community, that layers on top of the networks that already exist, that digitizes word of mouth, accelerates it, and allows people to go out there and either be side entrepreneurs or maybe become real entrepreneurs. That's what we're trying to do. So that's just kind of an example of a profile. So it basically does 3 things. It allows you to buy and sell time, so by hourly or by fixed rate services. Showcase your reputations, reviews, and recommendations, and network.
Okay. I have 2 teenagers who have gotten jobs at regular places, Chick-fil-A and stuff.
Absolutely.
And when they go in, it's like they just throw them into, oh, they're irresponsible teenagers. They treat them horribly.
Okay.
And they get really frustrated with that. And once they quit, everybody's like, my daughter actually, she quit Chick-fil-A after 3 months of just torture. And she turned around and they gave her this cake and it just made her cry because they only showed her respect when she finally had enough and couldn't take it anymore. And so this is like her 3rd job in my son. He's a teenager. And so I kind of said, okay, y'all have all of these talents. Let's just give you a card that says I can do that. It has their name and their, So this would kind of actually be a great opportunity because they have all these skills.
Absolutely.
So that would be.
And the truth is, this is an electronic platform, but when you first start off, like beyond your friends and family and people you already know, right? You're going to take that card, you're going to print it out, you're going to get door to door, you're going to build your network. Like, this doesn't replace business, this enhances business. It doesn't replace relationships. It allows that to have a history and a document. Business is still relationships. It's still cups of coffee, right? 1 million cups. Yes, but it would be great for teenagers.
It's becoming a gift world.
Absolutely.
Because they can realize that they can make, $100 a day doing the things they have skills on versus doing a 12-hour job.
So that is kind of like one of my phase 2, I have a lot of phase 2 plans, but one of the phase 2 plans is like, Jobbertunity for youth. I It'll be like an 18 plus when it starts, just for legal, insurance-y reasons. But the idea is then we'll have a teenage version where if the parent has an account, the youth can have an account. It does the same thing. It just allows the parent to see all the communication. Because, you know, most people on the internet are good, but not all.
So is this functional and working now?
No, so we are somewhere between concept and reality. We got about a half working prototype, and it's kind of long. And we did a lot of design work, but there's a lot of detailed design work. And right now we are, I would say, we're like the 80-20. Like the concept is down, the major architecture is down, but we're doing a lot of detailed design because software is expensive. And if you give the development team like pictures and logic, it's way easier, faster, and cheaper for them to do it. If I give them this and say, well, just come build it, I can't afford that. Like, that's a lot. So my hope is in the next 2 months to get it down to the point where like every screen and every bit of copy and every bit of logic is done, and we can give that to a dev team. And I have some friends that basically said that's a 1 or 2 guy team for about 3 months of work to build what we're trying to build. So I will be shopping for dev teams in about a month or so when I'm like really close. But having done some software stuff before, I'm pretty aware that like if you're not really explicit and specific about what you want, you're going to get something else. So.
Do you have any idea how much it would cost per month?
Here's my card.
Yeah.
Oh, to be a member or something?
Yeah.
Oh, so pricing and stuff like that. So the plan right now is it's free to use to get on. We didn't do the charge of transaction. So you do business, we get money. You don't do business, we get nothing. So if you imagine like an hourly rate, say your teenager decides to charge $12 an hour for, I don't know, say they like do specific art instruction for kids. Maybe that's what they decide to market, right? And so they're going to do like after school art lessons, they'll go to your house, and they're going to do $14 an hour, right? And supply materials. We're going to charge like probably $1 an hour of that as our service fee. And if there's credit card, then there's the 3% on the credit card rate, that's an addition. So they're going to come out at about $10 an hour. So the hope is that like what you do becomes more valuable and more specific. You charge more, you get to keep more of said money, right? Business, right? So we're not trying to gouge people. We just want to do it in a way that you make money, we make money. And then the idea is that's the base model is for the individual. If you're a small business, because the hope is some of these people become a small business, then there'd be a monthly subscription for business membership. So instead of your face, right, it's your logo. Your face I should be in there somewhere too, but your logo. And there'll be things like a click through to your website, right? So the idea is that if somebody's starting off right, I don't have a website. Once you have a website, you may not be doing payment through my system, right? So now I'm giving you all this advertising and I don't get anything. So at that point, we're hoping you pay a membership fee, right, for the exposure platform.
How much time have you spent going out and talking to people and kind of interviewing them, talking about this idea, trying to get feedback? The reason I ask is because we're kind of in a program that really stresses that, and we spent a decent amount of time doing some development before we did that, and I feel like that kind of was not a good process.
A lot, and then we put up some mock-ups, and then people kept throwing ideas, and then our scope creep got ridiculous, which is why I think I had a team for a bit, kind of burn out, because we were all, doing this as their third side hustle. So this became ridiculous. Like, people were like, how's it different from Facebook Marketplace? We're like, it's everything. And then we're like, oh, we can't build this.
Right.
So stripping it back down to, we took products out. We took, complex selling out, right? So this isn't going to be Angie's List, right? Because we're not going to do stuff with deposits and material versus labor and, how to schedule your whole team. I can't build that. This is for individuals, right? Person to person starting. And that even of itself is actually really complicated. So, yeah. we talked to lots of people, and then it got crazy, and then we had to go back and say, well, we're just going to try and build something that works for some of these people.
Any other questions?
What ideal technologies are you using or do you want to use for this project?
So when I talked to a few people, the interesting thing was it depends on the shop we get, because developing shops have the skills they have, right? So like my buddy was like, there's like 15 ways to build this, right? It's what is the skill set of the shop? So I mean, ideally, I'd love it if the applications were built in native language, so like Swift and Java or whatever you're using for Android development, because there's a lot of advantages to that, but it really depends on budget and skills. What I want, though, is a shop that doesn't just build it and leave me alone, that I can have a retainer contract, right? And we can add features, and when stuff breaks, I can call them and say, hey, help me out, right? So that's the kind of contract I'm looking for. So that's probably like a 3 to 8 person shop that like has the capacity for, when my site goes down and I have 1 million users and I need your help now, like it's not a one-man deal. But can I ask you another question?
Sure.
So I have this theory that phone space, right? So if I go to Houston or something like that, like I might be like on like page 5 of your phone. But I have this theory that in places like Bryan College Station, here, right, most folks are, maybe have Facebook and LinkedIn and Uber or something, but there's kind of space near the top of the phone still for something like this. And because it's a general marketplace as opposed to a vertical, like Angie's List is just contractors, right? This is kind of a mix of everybody. The hardest thing is getting a network going, because it's useless if there's nobody on it. So I am imagining that a place like this, like people would buy into the idea of let's build this network together and get from 10 people to like 2,000 people on the network reasonably quickly. Otherwise, right, we now know there's nobody on here, throw it out, right? So I actually have this really hard sell where I need people to culturally say, yes, I want this in my community. We're going to build this together. Is Lubbock the place for that? Is this the room to be talking about that? Or are you guys the people that would say, yeah, I would get all my friends on this and we would use it?
I think the college market is probably your strongest, just because I think you would have a really good market in college towns, especially in Lubbock. I think there are a lot of students that want to find a way to make income,